BS. Discover what's going on with you. How you doing? Well, I had to come back because we all been trying to be on this travel path and make it so that we're able to be in a different beginning when 2025 come in. How many is trying to be at a different beginning than waiting for 2025 as we used to do back in the time we used to say, I'm going to do this different this year. I'm going to make this type of agreement. But now they're making those resolutional changes at the beginning of the year. People are doing it right before the year comes in. So you got a head start on top of the accomplishments you want to make. I know a lot of people have been going through changes, and when we go through changes, we are learning. Those are growing spurs that we go through. And you can only fall back on this growing spurge if you do not allow yourself to encounter changes, observe them changes, evaluate them changes, and then be proactive in the changes, even though it may look like you're losing because you don't put all your chips out there. You don't let anybody know what you're doing. This is part of learning how to get things done without having somebody take something from you that is yours, that is guaranteed to be yours. They got it before you, but it's yours. You're going to get it, but why wait? Why not get it now? This is what I'm going to head for this time, this session, and talking so that you're able to complete 2025. It's been kind of difficult to keep up with matters because there's been changes also in my life, but when you think you're sinking, going down the end of the road, as long as you keep your head on right, which means don't let anyone deter you and tell you you're this way when you know you're able to accomplish the things that you need to make sure you're able to move to the next step or to the next level, whichever word you prefer. I prefer the next level because we take steps to get to the next level. And sometimes those steps may have to go backwards. A lot of us are set, I won't say totally set in our ways, but a lot of us has made certain decisions to say, I would never do this, I would never do that. And you wonder why you don't do it. And it may be necessary for you to utilize this resource. But as soon as you try to utilize the resource, there's another open door. You never really get to that resource. But sometimes there's something about touching that resource that will get you there even faster. And you may think, oh my God, this is weird. This is untrue. How could this happen? I always try to apply for this, but I can't get this. Then when I get that, I cannot have this if I have that. Therefore, I have to let one go. I'm going to let the one go that I know that will have me more on the crutches. I'm depending on you rather than me depending on myself. Because I only need to use them crutches when I really need. And I'm talking about the crutch when I really need to be held up so that I'm able to accomplish when I seem to be falling backwards. But if you don't need them crutches and you can move on without having somebody hold you up, hold you still, hold your back, hold your neck, so without somebody telling you what to do, then do so. You are at a different level. And you're going to reach that each time you move from one level to the next, only because you don't believe what you believe in yourself, nor do you see things that you have within yourself because you're so busy running around trying to handle matters, and yet matters already handled. All you need is the people you apply to apply the message that we're given, and then it all could work in a benefit to make things better for what? For the next year. Coming ahead 2025, 2026, 2027. We keep moving on, we keep moving on. You don't want to never break it just because 2025 came in and I was able to accomplish this. Always have to watch that. That's something I even have to go backwards. And some of the things that I started, I may have to close doors so I could begin doors, but the doors wasn't exactly open. It was just a learning period. And with that, in that learning period, you'll be able to close doors to decide whether I want to do this or I want to continue to not look forward to what I thought was best and make changes. And sometimes you'll find yourself making them changes because them changes are going to make you do things differently than what you did before, which even builds you up to a different level. And even though it looked like you haven't achieved, you had achieved. The only thing that you need to achieve is the surrounding environment, the changes that are in the environment, and those who are in the environment who bring change. Because whenever there's change, just one amount of change, there's always change overall. And you have to look at the overall that's going on in your environment, enable you to allow yourself to continue to know that this is what needs to be done. These are the changes. I need to change it that way so that everybody can be on one accord of understanding what needs to be done for myself. I don't need you to do what I need to be done, but in order for me to utilize the things that I want to be done or the things I want to accomplish, I have to use your services. In order to use your services, whether it's a job service, whether it's a personal service, whether it's a public service, the services are there for you to continue to move on. And what do I mean by services? I mean people who are going to allow you to be able to move forward. Not every service that you go to are going to agree on the things that you agree. So you're going to have to be wise in picking the services that are for you, picking the people that you know that's going to watch out for you. Because nowadays people have different agendas, and agendas is a wider range. It's not like it was so easy to have somebody right there. People are most likely going global on their changes in life. Nobody's no longer that much just local. And that's the biggest change that we have because people have wise enough to know that I cannot just do things here, but I can go even further abroad to also make things happen. Whether it's bringing in income, whether it's spending money, whether it's doing an investment, people are making different changes for different places, different incomes, and different lifestyles. So you have to be able to understand that this is for me or this is not for me. When you start to decide what's for you, you'll be able to tell which services better serves you, even to the point I may have to use this service for 3 months. After 3 months, I may go to another level of service because now I have escalated to a different point in my life. I'm not at that same stage where I need to be, so I can move on to another stage and make things happen another way and use another uniform of service to make that happen. Depending upon is the service that you were using is more extended to the things that you want to do in which you extend your life, or you extend your lifestyle, or you extend your income, or are the services just for that minimum that you were doing, and now you need to max it out to something totally different, maybe 9 months of service, maybe 5 years of service. I mean, nowadays it's so easy to go aboard things. You don't even have to keep track of your finances. You got somebody do it for you. You don't have to sell your products. You can pay somebody to do it for you. I mean, it is so easy nowadays to go aboard. The only thing is learning what is hindering you. Once you learn what is hindering you are able to make changes, and it won't be easy depending what the hindering is. It could be people, it could be just dealing with the internet itself, it could be dealing with cyber stealing, it could be dealing with people personalities, people change from one way to another depending upon what they go through in life, who they want to deal with. They want to deal with that person or that business anymore. But you have to know that in order to extend yourself and extend the things that you need to do and want to learn and want to give, you have to always go back and evaluate. Don't move too fast, because if you've been doing things and there has been things going on around you and you're unclear of what's going on, you have to take your time to make sure that you go back and erase anything that may hinder you in the future. So a lot of people be like, why this did not happen quick? Because there's a lot that happened that if I just take my time, I ain't worried about the quickness that it's going to come. It's going to come overnight like that. If you got it, you got it. There's nothing that can stop you. What could stop you is not knowing that there are avenues and things around that people are waiting to touch, to enter through them doors if you do not pay attention to them. So you have to correct matters and go backwards sometimes and make sure I dotted my I's, I slanted my T's. I try to do things as correctly as possible. And business is another form that we all learning. A lot of people try to venture out to different businesses and do different things. So we're learning that it is very important that you keep up with the things that you've done, even if you have a ledger, which is a book, a calendar book that will give you all the information that you need, a monthly calendar and where I've been and what I've been doing. And so whenever you have to go through and read and make sure that you accomplish these goals and able to go backwards and not fall short, know exactly where I got to search. There's places I got to search, and there's investments and cards and things you got to do. I'm talking about whether you receive a card from investing some money in some type of plan and they'll send you a little plastic card telling you you're going to get some money in a couple of months. You got to keep up with things like that. Broken mailboxes are things that people seem to not pay attention to, but do. You think that you received your card the first time, but no, it was the second time, but you thought it was the first. You did not go back and let them know that, oh, I did never receive the first card, but I received the second card. Just things like that. Or did you receive the second card? Maybe you received the first card. So sometimes you even have to call these organizations or these people who give services and actually go down detail. Well, this is the card number, and this is this, and this is that. Are you correct? Sometimes I had to call certain organizations that I dealt with, and I had to be like, I'm reading off the card to you, and if you can't read what I'm reading and you telling me that's not the card, that means somebody has the card that you have in your record that I'm not receiving monies, that you think I'm receiving monies or I'm giving monies. So make them corrections, and it takes a big person to even let you know that they made the mistakes. Those are human mistakes we made. And who knows what goes on when it comes to the mailbox. You're not there sitting in front of your mailbox 24 hours a day. So people are finding new ways to get their mail. There's virtual mail out there. There's uh, P.O. boxes. There's so many different uniforms that are using boxes so you can get your mail rather than just getting it at home whenever you have to deal with broken mailboxes. I'm just giving you insight to something that you can do. You can take it or you can leave it. It's up to you. But I've learned it's very important to keep your eyes on certain situations like that when it comes to the mail, because your mail is your mail and it's your mail and that's you. All that's written down, all that's guaranteed, all that whatever you have coming to you is yours. So why should it go to anyone else? So 2025, I just want you to be alert, pay attention, know that it's about to go on. I'm about to do some changes. I'm about to make some changes. But first, I had to make change to the fact and understanding that whenever I give you information, is the information valuable? And I can tell it's valuable by my outcome. And when my outcome becomes better than what it was, even when I went through a test, I have to get back on a new video like I did today and let you know, stay in there. You can win. Don't give up. Don't forget, you are the prize. You are the one who